So, welcome down to Funland in Hayling Island. Now, we've been meaning to come down here for the whole of half term and actually haven't got here for whatever reason. The weather wasn't very good at the beginning of the week. We started off at Adventure Island. We've kind of worked our way a bit closer to home, starting off further away. So, we'll have a quick walk around the park now, just see what we can see. The rides open at 11 o'clock. It's about 10 o'clock now. We're going to try and get some rides in today. As you can see there, some of them aren't quite put back together yet. So, we'll see what's going to be open as and when the park opens, and we'll see what we can get on. One heavily thing you'll notice there is that the drop tower that was here has completely gone, completely removed. If you're on our social media site, head over to our Facebook page. We did post some pictures last week and you can see that it's gone, completely gone. So any hopes that that will be reopened, completely dashed. Although to be fair, it wasn't open last season, it wasn't even advertised as being at the park last season. It wasn't really open the season before then, and I'm not overly convinced it was open the season before that either. So it's probably a good thing. But as we take a wide shot now, gone. Absolutely gone. There's a nice big space here. There is actually a little babies ride, children's ride in storage over there that used to be where the new ride is. Now the new ride isn't open for February half term, but we are going to walk around now, have a closer look at it and see what we can see.
Want money from him. I don't want any. Try again.
It's fair to say these two probably suck at this a bit. So heads or tails, so he's got 12p.
That was close.
He can't do it, he can't do it. This is how bored we are waiting for the rides to open today. Now as you've seen there, the rides kind of look a bit, some of them don't look quite finished enough. There's a few cars fronts missing off the front of the cars on the Sizzler. The top completely hasn't been rebuilt. The barrels seem to be undergoing some maintenance work as well, so we're not really sure what's going on yet. We're hoping there's enough open. If there's not enough open, we won't get a wristband today, but we may still get some tokens and, I don't know, get on a few rides, hopefully. Winner! We're not even moving yet.
Before the ride's even started, we're starting to spin.
Why are you spinning?
You get up.
It's too much. We're going around in circles and we're not actually moving anywhere. And I'm already feeling sick. That's a Saturday morning, shouldn't it? Why aren't you spinning? Spin it. Spin it. Spin it. Spin it. I think we're going too fast. We're going too fast. I can't see anything.
Keep this going!
It's all a blur. Look at the world go by. Welcome to the teacups at Funland. These are really good ones, actually. Come on, let's spin. Let's go faster. Let's get the hands on this. Get out of the way, Kat. Get out of the way.
It did a little bit.
Come on! Whee! The world's going even faster still now. Whee!
Whoa!
I think that'll do. Cody, that'll do. This is a minute now. This is a minute of spinning. Oh, I haven't looked up. That was silly. I've just looked up.
Can't see a thing.
Whee!
Oh, he's stopping.
Oh! Whee! It feels like it's going on forever and ever and ever, and I've only just looked up. So I can't actually see what's going on. It's just a massive blur. And we're stopping. Right, so the question is, who's getting up first?
Me.
Go on then. If you fall over, I'm going to laugh at you. I'm going to laugh. Make sure I don't fall over now. Oh yeah, that's alright. That is way too much for a Saturday morning. Continuous spinning for nearly 2 minutes. And I forgot to look up as well. So forgetting to look up kind of means now I can't see where I'm going. But none of us fell out getting out. Unlike this one who fell out at Adventure Island getting out of a train. He didn't fall out. I think now we're going to do the mine train. Right, so here we are on the mine train. This is just the kind of thing you don't see at a seaside resort. Look at the views. Views are spectacular. Whee! Woo! I was going to compare this to rattlesnake, but unfortunately my youngest hasn't been on rattlesnake, so we can't. Ah, look at views of Funland, look down there. It's a lovely little part this, you know, the sun is shining today. Look at the views. You see the Isle of Wight in the background? Over to Portsmouth. Here comes the drop, you ready?
Yep.
Woo! Woo! Got another drop, another drop. This is the mad bit now, this is the bumps. Woo! Woo! And there we go, we stopped. The views are amazing. The south coast is just beautiful to look at. Lovely hot day today. And that's the mine train. Woo! So that was the mine train. So this mine train came from Gulliver's and replaced Klondike, which was the old Drayton Manor ride, which used to be here and is now travelling somewhere in Ireland. And it's still travelling with Funland, one of the funders, is travelling with them over in Ireland. And that is great fun. You know, you come to the south coast, you might see a standard spinning roller coaster, you might even see something like Klondike, the Pin Ferry sort of types. But you never see anything like this, and no, it doesn't hold the force of rattlesnake, it's not supposed to. You know, 1.2 height restriction coming from Gulliver's, it was never going to be spectacular, but I have to say we love it. And you know, along the south coast, you just don't get these kind of roller coasters, so yeah, really happy with that. Hope you enjoyed it. What are we going on next?
No.
Fury?
More spinning.
More spinning apparently. This one is all theirs. So I'm going to let them spin this one out. Neptune's Fury, this is a ride we believe come from Pleasureland up in Cleethorpes, and is one of theirs. Now it's a bit of a poor man's waltzer, to be honest, because it sort of scrapes along the ground, you don't get a particularly good spin out of it. However, they are really into their spinning rides, so that's exactly what they're going to go and do now. Get spun around on here, and we're just going to wander around here and we're going to watch them. Can you hear the scraping? Let's see it again. So in hindsight, it's probably not the best ride that we've had. So certainly a different take on the waltzers, you could argue. It doesn't have the flat bit. We said it last year, it doesn't have the flat bit which kind of gets the speed up and going, so it is continuously up and down. It's a bit more like going on the waves and the sea than what it is to go on the side of a waltzer. Now here we have the water ride. It's quite a nice sunny day down here, so there are some people going on the water ride already. I don't think we'll be going on the water ride today, although I can smell chlorine. It doesn't seem as green as what it was last year. It actually seems a little bit clearer, but it takes about an hour and a half to get from there right round to here. But the people are getting off are soaked, actually. They are absolutely soaked. Now, there's actually a bit of a Merlin trick here, look. So there's a big fence, and it makes you walk around here, and it makes you walk around here so you go past the on-ride photo section. See the mine train there, and you can see the on-ride section there. So on-ride photo for Beaver Creek, which is the log flume, and the Monterey mine train, which is the big red one behind us. So it kind of makes you walk all the way out and all the way around and past it in order to buy your photo. Being February, the photo isn't open, so it's a bit of a long walk. They maybe just put a gate in there so people can get access to and from the log flume a little bit easier. But log flume still holding in strong, repainted last year, it's nice and blue now, but still as slow as ever, sadly. Still like to see a new one here, really would like to see a new one here. Just film there. That was the children getting very dizzy on the balloons. I think I'm getting a bit too old for the balloons. I think perhaps I'm a bit big for them, but they are great fun. The ones that can spin and go up, you can get some real kind of dizziness out of there, which seems to be all we're going for today. What you saw there was the new Carousel that came in the middle of last year. They had some paragliders there for a very short period of time, and they were very quickly replaced with the Carousel, and the Carousel looks really nice. And it also gave me an excuse to rename that cafe over the closed season to Carousel Cafe. So we don't mind that at all. There was a bit of a problem with the balloons because the balloons over there, they don't seem to stop. The ride came to an end and it just keeps going and going and going and going and going. It's kind of like watching an afterburner once they've cut the power, where you just sort of, it just comes to a natural stop over the course of 4 or 5 days. It was a bit like that, so I'm not really sure what's going on, but the boys had a great time on it, and now we're going to look to go on Funland Saurus, which is the old dragon ride. So that was Funland Saurus there. Nice little pit ferry ride. Nothing too spectacular. Love the colour scheme. Really love the colour scheme. They definitely go for bright and colourful down here. And then behind us there was the Jurassic Safari. That was new a couple of seasons ago. That's a Zamberla tracked ride. And you know, this is what we say. They've got some really unusual rides down here that you don't get at your standard sort of fairs. You know, you don't get these kind of things at Clarence Pier. You don't get these kind of things at Harbour Park. You know, you don't see many tracked rides actually concreted into the ground at kind of temporary locations, if you will, at seaside fairs. You normally only get them at theme parks, so it's really great to see. And it's great to see they pick up some of these rides for nostalgic purposes. You know, for your average visitor here, how many people know that that came from Drayton Manor? Probably not many. It's probably not many people that come down here and actually see it. But for us, you know, it's great. It's a ride I went on at Drayton Manor. It's a ride I've then gone on down in Funland. You know, this is kind of the children's area which you see now. We'll quickly pan around. So Carousel balloons, you've got a little paper ride here which someone's whizzing around on as we speak. Jurassic Safari, the Funland Saurus, and there's a tiny little log flume over the back as well, and then the faster rides are back up the top. So the boys have been down here now, they've had their fun down here, we're going to go back up to the fast rides. Great to see the staff getting involved. As you saw there, he had a little bit of a ride round when there wasn't very many people on it. There's a few more people on it this time, so he's gone out to rescue it. But one of these kind children decided to aim straight for his legs, so we had to jump out of the way. Funnily enough, there's a lot of loud music going on around the park as they're playing Heart. And the only place there's no music going on is on the bumper cars, where arguably it's the place you'd want the music going on. Here they go again, look. Love it. So they're trying to move the cars around while it's in motion, so everyone kind of aims for them. Coincidentally, actually, I think this is the only bumper cars we've ever come across, or Dodgem, sorry, they are classed as Dodgems. Got to be politically correct on these things, where there are no restraints. So for the little children, there's a little seat belt that goes kind of around your chest. You may be able to see on some of these now as we pan round. But my eldest and the adults, there's nothing at all. They don't reach around you, they don't physically fit, and you're kind of a bit of a free-for-all, so you've got to really make sure that you don't sort of hammer in too much, or you could well go flying over the top. That'd be hilarious. I'd love to see him come out after falling over at Adventure Island the other day, but I'm not sure how much he would enjoy that. have the park's biggest thrill ride, the only 1.4 metre ride here. That is Extreme, the park's Miami. Running quite well this year. Had a few months downtime last year, but running it quite well, all up and running for February half term. What you also saw there was the slide. So the slide is what we said when we went to Adventure Island. We'll see it in the background again now. That used to be at Adventure Island in the big open space that we saw when we went down there last week. And it's now down here at Funland. It's what I mean, the rides here, they kind of have a little bit of nostalgic purpose. It's really nice to visit places where we've been on some rides in some places and then they move somewhere else and we get to go on again in a different location. You know, they get repainted, they get refreshed, they get completely relooked at, and it's just great. It's really fascinating. Well, the park is fairly well set up for half term, in fairness. Some of their new rides aren't open. You know, when the roller coaster opened year before last, it was actually open for February half term, so they're probably a bit late in getting their new Rockin' Tug ride up and going. In saying that, most things are open. They do seem to be having a few niggling problems, certainly with the balloons, and the restraints aren't fully back on the Twister ride yet. Twister ride itself, with all the fascia and all the lights and things, hasn't been put back together quite yet as well, but everything else seems to be working without too many issues, which is great because we like to get out during February half term. We've been out to a couple of places this week and we've had a fantastic time. The 2018 season has really kicked off well for us. It's a beautiful sunny day down here in Hayling Island and we're going to go and enjoy the sun. Hope you enjoyed it. My name's Adam, this has been UK Theme Parks, and we'll see you next time.